Hello Pisces, these are going to be really important cards in this reading, and I'm going to tell you why. Just come on in and it'll be all crystal clear. Welcome to your reading of Bridge of Earth and Soul. Hello beautiful Pisces. Alright, so we are going to do the reading of the Bridge of Earth and Soul. We do this one once a month. I love it. This reading was put together because this is with the beautiful deck of the Book of Shadows Tarot. And it comes with two decks. And one is Earthbound, one is Soulbound, and that's why I am doing this reading. You ever think of them as separate things? I do. I have no choice. I have my earthbound life and I also have my soulbound life, of which I am walking currently in both, which is really hard. I'm not kidding. It's it's hard to explain because just the fact that one is linear and one's not is completely screwy. You also have different types of memories. Here we have memories that we keep inside our brain, right? That we walk with in our lives. And when you are soulbound or remembering soulbound things, they're not so much. It's a different kind of thing. We call it the remembering rather than the memory. So it's a little different. And even when you know you're doing it, it is still completely confusing. So just letting you know. All right. So what does my grounded self want to know? The first card that came in is the Three of Swords. Oh, this is a hard card, isn't it? Look at her. She does not look happy at all. I don't blame her. Okay. So my grounded self, what does she want to know? Well, she wants you to know that sometimes there's going to be these kinds of days, right? Threes are usually the cards of creation. They're also the card of launching. But within that launching is also that feeling of... Even in this card, I feel like she feels like she's going to fail. I'm going to fail at something. Something's not going to work. Why do I even try? I've had these days. I'm looking at her and her hand is over her face. She's going to cry. She's holding that crumpled piece of paper that just came in. You know, it feels like the world is just falling apart around her. And we've all had that, especially when we're trying to build things or do things. We wouldn't feel that way if we just sat comfortably and did nothing. If we didn't move, if we didn't engage, if we didn't try to make things work or be strong for others, ourselves, grow, expand, it would be, we wouldn't have days like this. We'd just be like comfortable doing nothing, right? Same old, same old. But I think we would have heartaches for a different reason. So sometimes we like to package things in the ways, if I hadn't done this, I wouldn't feel this way. No, but you'd feel a different way. You'd feel it in a way of stagnancy, boredom, even maybe depression. So maybe that's not the right question to ask. For clarifiers for these, I'm going to take my trusty old deck. This is my The Instant Tarot Reader by Monty Farborough and Amy Zerner. This was my very first tarot deck, not this one. This is a copy, but this is the one that I learned tarot on. It's beautiful. It's a collage, and I think it needs it. If we're going to start a reading with the Three of Swords, I think we need this deck as a clarifier, for sure. Because it is the softest, kindest, most beautiful deck. Well, it always made me feel good. And when I first got this deck, man, did I feel like her a lot. So I felt immediately pulled. I didn't know what I was going to use today, but I do now. All right, Two of Pentacles. Yeah. The Two of Pentacles here is showing the 3 in its varying degrees. It's what I was talking about before, right? We were talking about the, I'm going to bring the camera closer here. There you go. Between the 3 of Swords that is hurting, depressed because of boredom, or the 3 of Swords because you put yourself out there and you stand the risk of getting hurt. But you know, that kind of pain, I don't know. I think it comes with, I think it's better because I've been in both places, and this is what I want you to know. To be in a place where you feel like you're not seen or heard, where the status quo is okay and barely keeping you alive, spiritually, bodily, I mean. And having the 3 of Swords where you put yourself out there and you get singed every once in a while. I think it's better to get singed because what comes back is better. Okay? The 2 of Pentacles is also the card of adapting. Alright, so next up we have, what does my spirit self whisper? Okay, so we're taking from the other deck now, the Soul deck. Because of course, this is your life. This is how you perceive it. But now we're going to see what your soul is saying. Okay. 10 and Earth. Now I always go looking in the book for these because of course, you know, this deck is very different. It's very different than what I'm used to. According to the Soul deck. As we've noted before, the world seems solid and firm to us, but it is moving really quite quickly in a number of different ways all at once. Probably the most notable is the Earth's rotation on its axis, causing the experience of day and night. The division of our time on this planet into lightness and darkness is also one of the most persistent common metaphors, yin-yang. Everything carries the seed of its opposite. The night sky has the moon, which reflects the sun, the orb of the day. The day casts shadows, seeds of the night under the sun. And yet there's a sense of eternity, for the stars shine always, whether we see them or not. The combination of opposites remind us there's a time for everything. Work, play, sleep, activity, and rest. Planting and sowing, giving and receiving. Sometimes we play one role, sometimes another. But always and eternally, whether we notice or not, the God and the Goddess shine and flow through all of it. The 10 of Earth denotes a special awareness of the balance of time. There is an appropriate time and place for what you want to do. Right now you're able to tap into universal flow and know exactly when that time is. Honor what you know to be true and practice patience, as you may be tempted to move ahead of time. All right. So that is a truly profound. And when I saw it, all I thought is they're trying to, just the Earth showing and the moon. The way it's showed on this card, it's almost like telling you, look at this. Look at where you are on this planet. It's almost like the soul part is wanting you to realize that this is your journey right now on this planet. The Prince of Pentacles. Yeah. I love this combination because you got them both together. First of all, this is Earth. And that's Earth too. They're both Earth cards. Okay? I love this. The Soul card is telling you to remember who you are. The Prince of Pentacles, for me, he's telling you you're going to have to take, it's all a matter of time. I was talking about linear time at the beginning, and I feel that linear time is coming in again. Earth is linear time. The Prince of Pentacles is all about taking his time. I feel that that is the bigger message here. Take your time. You're learning how to fly, how to stretch out, how to be more than who you were before. We all do it, and we go through through different ebbs and flows of it. I'm telling you, I feel the struggle in this. This is what I feel. I usually can flow through a reading, but I'm feeling the struggle in this. There's a resistance to it. Sometimes we just are our own worst enemies. The Prince of Pentacles is also one to get stuck in details. I think the soul cards right here are saying, look, don't get stuck so much on the details. I thought that's why, I'm pretty sure that's why the message of living in two separate, the soul and the earth, came in. Because I usually don't talk about it that much, but I'm talking about it in this reading to let you know that this is just our perception of here right now. And sometimes we take it way too seriously. And we spend our time just struggling all the time. Struggling against it. It's almost like having too much focus. Like last week we were walking into doors, right? We were just walking into doors because our focus was so much on it. This is the same kind of energy. The 3 feels bad, but it's got a bigger picture attached to it. It's about expansion. Okay, so this next question is going to take cards from both the earth and the soul. And the question is, what's the rift between the two? Okay, so we're going to take 2 more cards. Maybe 2 clarifiers. The rift. The Knave of Swords. The Knave of Swords is the Page of Swords. Page of Swords for me, he's a pain in the butt. He tries new things. But you know what? He's also somebody who thinks they know it all. You guys know, I always think the Page of Swords is like, you should have just, stopped talking while you were ahead. He's the one who comes up with great ideas and makes you believe they're actually true when they're just really, really great ideas. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with that, but when you start believing in it, you start believing that what they're saying is law. It's absolute. And this is what I'm feeling with the 3 of Swords. This is this conversation where you're having with yourself, where you're going, this is so bad, this is terrible, I'm never going to come back from this, it's going to be the worst thing ever, and really, it's not. It's not. Okay? And with the soul, you have the 7 of Fire. Let me take a look, and of course that is the 7 of Wands, but like these are different, because it's linked to a planet. So, and it's Uranus, okay, decides to make its presence known, it usually by way of sudden big changes. Sometimes brought on by radical, impulsive behavior, just likely brought on by no apparent cause. So it's saying that it breaks us out of ruts, inspires our inner genius, rules are broken willy-nilly, and originality and insight ensue. And I think that's what the 7 of Fire is saying. It's going, look, this planet was made to experiment. We had the 10 here and the Knight here, the Prince, okay? That's where the rift between the two. Your soul is saying, you're here to experience things, you're here to create pressure and friction. And your soul side is going, you're making a big deal out of something, but actually what you're doing is really growing. But it's still causing that rift. It's still making you feel like, oh God, it's not going well. Okay, so I'm going to take a card here, right here, in the middle, the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, I like the 3 of Pentacles. There's a lot of earth energy coming in these. This earth energy for the rift is saying, work together, work with the chaos, okay? The Seven of Fire for the soul, Uranus, and the Knave of Swords. They're disruptive forces. Work with them as a team to expand. Don't treat them as the end-all and be-all. Yes, there's friction. Work with it. When you start feeling like crap, how do you get out of dissonance if you need to? And what is the dissonance trying to tell you? If you keep going back and forth with these, every time something happens, you're going to catch the tail of the tiger before it gets away from you, which is brilliant. It's beautiful. Okay. So, what's the integration point? Earth and soul. So we're going to take some more here. So we're just going to move these a little bit over here. And we'll start with the earth like we usually do. So how do we bring these together? How do we make them work? How do we make them play nice with each other? The Ace of Wands. Live on inspiration. Live that inspirational. Okay? That fire that caught in you when you started, that made you get out of the bubble of whatever it was, that original thought that got you going, that got you inspired, that sparked the flame, right here. Use that. There's a reason it came in. You were either bored, you were ready to change, you wanted to create something. Yeah, do that. Now we're going to take the Soul card. Okay, let's see what the Soul card has to say. 2, Wisdom, and I don't need to look at what that is. That's a High Priestess. For the soul. Let it come in. Let the information come in. The real stuff, not the stuff you make up in your brain. The stuff that's going to help you. When the High Priestess energy comes in, it comes in through intuition and receptivity. And it's asking you to trust it. It's asking you to be quiet and to listen to your dreams. Your dreams is that you got inspired for a reason. And it's not always going to be like, Christmas gifts. Somebody told me, don't get stuck. I'm screwing it up for sure, but it was like, don't get screwed up by the wrapping paper when the gift is actually inside. Okay? I think that's the thing with this. Do not do that. Okay? Don't get screwed up that thinking that this 3 at the top is the whole gift. It isn't. The gift is what you get by moving past all of that. Because the page is going to try and convince you otherwise. It's going to try and tell you that the wrapping is actually the gift, and it's not. It's just a wrapping. Okay? All right. So, the portal, the choice, the action that helps you move forward. Let's take some of those. All right. The Six of Pentacles. I love this card. It's my favorite. I call it the Justice and Temperance card into one. It's bringing equal parts, but in a way that's tempered. In other words, it's a give and take. Work with the energies, ebb and flow, like I was talking. Go back and forth with the energy. Okay? Don't go against it. Don't go beyond it. And then we're going to look at the soul of it. All right? And it is the Ace of Water. You had that on Sunday with your reading. You had the Ace of Water come in and show you the heart of the matter, what you needed to see, how you needed to feel. It opened up your heart, your emotional flow. We're always so concentrated on the dissonance of things. What we should actually be concentrating on is how it resonates with us. Okay? And guess what comes in again? The High Priestess. The High Priestess, she comes in twice in this reading. The importance of her is this. She is asking you to receive the gifts, not just the dissonance, but to really listen in a heart space. Truly important, more important that you know than you know. There's a little known secret of this, that we need to really tap into that frequency. It truly is the frequency that's the most important one of all. It's the one that's never been able to get gotten rid of by anybody. Because when you really tap into it, a lot happens. First of all, love is the true resonance of the soul. It is the reason that when dissonance comes in, we want to go back to resonance. Okay? They work together. And especially on this planet, they work together to bring us what we need to work through, to get past, and to expand. The High Priestess works as the one who lets you use intuition to help you get back into resonance. You become receptive. Spirituality is just another word for being receptive to that energy, to be quiet and listen to your dreams, to trust your intuition, to seek answers within you. Okay? You can do that with a little meditation and a little quiet space if you can find it. And when you do, you're going to be able to let love resonate and dissonance explain to you what's going on with the rest of your body. It's especially important if you're trying to expand or do anything new in your life. If you're trying to push past these limitations and these boundaries. Find the balance within yourself. Know that sometimes you're going to be able to give more. Sometimes you need to take some, okay, to give some. And that's very human and normal. It is part of the polarity of being here. Feed the spark that first inspired you to begin. Listen to your intuition. Double listen to your intuition. The Two of Pentacles came in here as well. You're surrounded by two with change, adapting, receiving. And the other Ace of Water. Tap into your heart space. Your heart space matters. It matters more than you know. Especially from the soul side. Okay? Well, your body side too, but this was the soul side. Alright, my beautiful Pisces. Let me see here. Do I pull another for you? Do I find an oracle for you? Maybe. Let's see. Let's see if I can pull one. Let's pull from the soul's journey. Okay? Let's see if I can give a couple of cards here. That'll help you forward, help you through. All right. Purpose. I know what I'm here to do. Find your purpose. It makes it a lot easier to handle the Three of Swords when you know what your purpose is. When you know what you're here for, you know what makes your heart sing, who makes your heart sing, where makes your heart sing. There's the whole variation of it. Because there's some people who will take from you and there's some people who give to you. Same thing with spaces, places, your whys. In other words, what are you doing with your life? Why are you doing what you're doing? Does it feed your soul? Very important. Because you can handle rougher times when you're doing something that you are really connected to. Peace. The other card is peace. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. I am a being of love, right beside the Ace of Cups. Look at this, all the blues and the greens. Doesn't that feel peaceful? Doesn't that just kind of get you in the heart space? That's where it's supposed to go. Peace and purpose. When you have your purpose, when you fill your heart with love, you will find your peace. You will. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect. I wish somebody would tell me it would be perfect all the time. It would be fantastic. I would jump up for joy. But would I really want to be peaceful and have no challenges whatsoever in my life? Probably not. However, if those challenges come from doing the things that I love, it's a big difference between getting challenges with things that you hate and getting challenges by things that you really are inspired to do. People that you're inspired to be with. Spaces that you're inspired to live in. Okay? Yeah, I know. Went kind of deep today, but it usually does with these. That's why I like them so much. They're a little varied. They're a little harder to read because I really go into both spaces. But it's really special. And I take it as a gift. Even sometimes when it feels like the Three of Swords, I'm still very grateful. Wouldn't give it up, wouldn't give it away. And I think that's a true test of all of this, Pisces. Find the things where you can say that. It's not just about saying, oh, I do it for free. It's about saying, I do it just because it needs to be done by me. Okay? I am sending you a lot of love, light, and blessings. Again, I have a new channel called David and Jane. It's very sexy. I love it very much. And it is David and Jane Stories, by the way. And it's where your fantasies live and linger, and maybe even yours. So come check us out. We're posting nice little shorts, and they're funny and engaging, and they'll make you snicker and laugh, if nothing else. And if that interests you, go join us on Patreon too. There's another playlist, or another video I should say, right here. Don't forget to tune in on Thursdays, and I usually do lives on Wednesdays. So there's a whole bunch, and there's more in the description box if you need to know anything. Love, light, and blessings. Dear Pisces, I will see you tomorrow and Thursday. Bye for now.